It's summertime and I'm with Rob Buffington today, and we're going to talk about some tips for maybe selling your home this summer. So what do you have for us?
Well, I would say first and foremost, it's curb appeal, right? When you are preparing your home to sell, it's the very first thing that people see when they come up to the house. So we should spruce it up. I would eliminate any crazy colors. I would bring in some flowers for the front porch. I would maybe spruce up the landscaping and stuff like that. Whatever can draw people in. We want it to be warm and inviting. And that's how we get them in the front door.
And talk to me about the difference between selling it in the summer months versus winter. What are the differences here? If I'm saying, all right, I'm going to sell it this summer, or maybe I'll hold off for winter, are there any pros or cons for summer versus winter time?
Well, in Michigan, we're a seasonal selling state, so we do see, the market slow down. Typically, it's January, February when it gets really cold and people want to somewhat hibernate in Michigan. So I would say there is differences. We haven't seen that slow down from 20 to 21, but we could see that slow down this year for sure. Summer is, people are out, people are excited, people are moving, so that's typically the best time to sell is spring, summer, fall.
Okay, so talk to me about some factors to consider when we go to sell our home this summer.
Yeah, so it just depends. Like right now, a lot of people are, a couple years ago, you might spruce up the inside and do all these different things to bedazzle, the inside of the home to draw people in to make it exciting for buyers that would want to buy your home. It's not necessary right now because it's such supply and demand. There's low supply and high demand. And so our advice when we're talking to homeowners is that you don't really have to do a ton to get your home sold. You still have to spruce it up a little, but not like we would have done 5 or 10 years ago.
That's great news. So a little bit less work, but we can still get good bang for our buck.
Absolutely.
So talk to me about return on investment. What does that look like for us this summer?
Well, I think, the best return that I always tell people is, I used to say $20 gallon of paint. Paint has went up with everything else, inflation. So with a $40 gallon of paint, you can really spruce up your home. Do the touch-ups, do the things that people are going to notice. Most of the time people make the home the way that they want when they get ready to move, and now they're like, well, I should move, and so that's the one thing. Just think about it when you're looking at your own home. Think about it through a buyer's eyes. If you're walking through other homes, or you're maybe a buyer too on the other end when you get ready to go sell. Think about what you would like in a home and make your home look that way. All
right, any other last minute tips we should consider when we go to sell our home this summer that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I would say, call a professional. Have them come in, give you some advice. We talk to people all the time. I just sold a house last week. I talked to the homeowners 3 years ago. I gave them a long list of things to do. Unlike most homeowners, they did them all. But it's not necessary to do them all now. But it is important to talk to a professional and get some good advice before you put your home on the market.
And speaking of professionals, where can people find more about you and your team?
Pretty easy, homeseekers.net.
All right, Rob Buffington, thank you for the tips today when we go to sell our home this summer. I appreciate the information.
You're welcome.
Stick around, there's more of Studio 10 coming up after the break.